Our story begins with Quan, an elderly man whose face is etched with wrinkles, but his eyes shine with joy. He's waiting for his only daughter, Van, in front of her school. Today is a special day. They're going to buy her graduation dress, the crowning achievement of years of struggle and dedication. Van, a young woman full of life, gets out of the car and rushes towards the dress shop. But in a single moment, everything changes. As she enters, she bumps into a mysterious man on a motorcycle. His keys fall, and she picks them up for him before he vanishes in the blink of an eye. Minutes later, the peaceful scene erupts into a fiery hellscape. The motorcycle explodes in a violent flash, destroying everything. Amid the rubble and smoke, Quan's only daughter, Van, is one of the victims. Though injured himself, Quan rises, his body heavy with shock. He frantically searches through the debris, only to find his daughter's lifeless body. He clutches her, unable to believe that his entire world has just collapsed. Elsewhere, a journalist named Ian receives an anonymous call. The caller reveals that a rogue cell of the IRA is responsible for the bombing. This is just the beginning of a series of attacks that will continue until Northern Ireland is free. The news spreads like wildfire, and everyone realizes the fragile peace process between Ireland and Britain is now on the brink of collapse. On the other side of the story, in Ireland, we meet Liam Hennessy, a government official. We find him in a hotel with his mistress, Maggie, when the news of the explosion hits him like a lightning bolt. His wife, Mary, calls to check on him, and he lies, saying he spent the night at the office. The next day, he gets a call from the British Prime Minister, Katie, who orders him to find those responsible immediately. Liam tries to use the situation to his advantage, demanding royal pardons for 40 IRA members, including his own cousin, to use them for leverage. Meanwhile, Quan is drowning in grief. He isolates himself in his late daughter's room, surrounded by her photos and memories. When the police arrive to return her belongings, he asks them in a broken voice, "Will you catch the killers?" Their cold reply is that they are working on it, but Quan is not the kind of man to wait. The loving, broken father disappears, replaced by the shadow of a man with nothing left to lose. He goes to the investigations office and offers a £20,000 reward for the names of the killers, but the lead detective, Richard, coldly tells him that justice isn't for sale. 3 long weeks pass with no news. Quan sees Liam in a television interview and gets the feeling the man is hiding something. He calls him directly and asks for the terrorists' names, but Liam denies knowing anything. Right then, Quan decides to take the law into his own hands. He buys materials for an explosive, travels to Northern Ireland, and disguises himself as a simple gardener to get close to Liam. After arousing the suspicion of the security guards, Liam agrees to meet with him. He expresses his sympathy, but insists he can't help. Quan gives him a quiet threat and leaves. Immediately after, he plants and detonates a bomb in Liam's office building. He calls Liam again, his voice a menacing hiss. "I want the names." Liam threatens to hunt him down, but Quan hangs up. Liam's men begin the search for this mysterious ghost, and he summons his nephew, Sean, from America to help. But Quan keeps the pressure on. He plants a fake bomb under Liam's car, with the single message, "The names." Liam's men discover where he's staying, but he's already gone, not before teaching them a harsh lesson. When Sean arrives, Liam sends him to London to coordinate with Detective Richard. He reveals a plan to change communication codes between IRA factions to track the culprits if another attack occurs. At the same time, Quan strikes again, planting a bomb at Liam's farm. A guard spots him, but Quan expertly sedates him and blows up the barn. A terrified Liam, thinking the farm was safe, rushes there. Sean returns to warn his uncle that the situation is critical and they must act fast. The next day, a bus belonging to one of Liam's men explodes. They realize Quan is still out there, stalking them from the surrounding forest, and they begin a massive search. But the forest is Quan's playground. He set traps everywhere, taking out Liam's men one by one. He takes a bullet to the shoulder, but treats the wound himself with cold precision. The pain triggers a flashback to his horrific past, his escape from Vietnam after pirates murdered his wife and 2 daughters, leaving him with only Van, who is now also gone. Meanwhile, Liam discovers the shocking truth about his pursuer. Quan was a legendary U.S. Special Forces soldier. Liam receives an unexpected visit from Hugh McGrath, an opposition party leader, who confesses that the explosives used in the attack were stolen from his private stashes, though he doesn't know who did it. Liam screams at him, reminding him that their agreement never included innocent casualties, and that he won't cover for this crime. Suddenly, Liam's nightmare materializes before him. Quan appears in his office out of nowhere, wearing an expletive vest and threatening to blow the place sky high. He demands the names one last time. Liam explains the plan to change the codes, saying he's waiting for the next attack to expose the traitors. Quan gives him just 24 hours. The next day, a bus is bombed, but the perpetrators transmit no codes. Richard realizes there's a leak from inside. At the same moment, Liam uncovers a devastating betrayal closer to home. His wife Mary is having an affair with his nephew Sean and has been secretly meeting with Hugh McGrath. He starts connecting the dots, realizing his own wife might be the mastermind behind the bombings. Richard finds a photo of one of the bombers with a distinctive mark on his hand. He recognizes him, a man named Patrick, who was seen with Hugh McGrath. He confronts Liam with the evidence, telling him he's about to become the prime suspect. He lures McGrath to a meeting, and at gunpoint forces him to confess the names. And then comes the biggest shock of all. Maggie, his mistress, is one of the bombers! In a moment of desperation, Liam kills McGrath to bury the secret and sends the names to the police. Back in the forest, Quan defeats Sean in a brutal fight, but leaves him alive. He ties him up and forces him to reveal the location of the terrorists' safe house. The police prepare to raid the apartment, but Quan gets there first. Disguised as a gas technician, he enters the Viper's den, confronts the killers, and delivers his own brand of justice, killing every last one of them. When the police storm the apartment, they find only dead bodies. Quan has vanished like a ghost. The police discover that Maggie planted a bomb in the journalist Ian's laptop. He was about to board a plane with the Prime Minister. They stop him at the last second, defuse the bomb, and later kill Maggie. Liam receives an order to have his wife Mary eliminated by Sean to erase all evidence. But Quan isn't finished. He visits Liam for a final confrontation. He's not looking for violence, but for a devastating truth. He confronts Liam about his affair with Maggie, which directly links him to the bombings. He forces him to post a picture of the two of them together online, and then says with deadly calm, "Now the whole world will know you're a terrorist." In the end, having avenged his daughter and destroyed the lives of those responsible, Quan returns to his quiet life. His assistant at his restaurant greets him with a mix of love and fear and gives him a hug. The film ends.